Hi Flosstube, I'm Morgan, Honeybee Stitcher here on Flosstube as well as on Instagram. Thanks for stopping by for Flosstube number 4. If you're new here, this is a channel about cross stitch. I'm 26 and I'm from Melbourne, Victoria, which is in Australia. So thanks for stopping by. This is Little Muffin. This is Nala. She is overdue for a groom. She is getting groomed next week, but hopefully she is tame enough and she just kind of stays there. A lot has changed here in Victoria in the last 2 weeks or since my last video. A lot of our restrictions have eased. A lot of people were saying that we were in one of the strictest lockdowns, which I kind of would agree with. We had 4 reasons to leave the house: essential shopping, so grocery shopping, exercise, but you were only allowed to exercise for originally 1 hour, and then it got increased to 2 hours. So that was kind of all you were allowed to leave the house for. Work or education if you can't from home, and caregiving if you must. They could only be done within a 5-kilometer radius, and my parents live, I think it's 8 or 9 kilometers away, so I couldn't see them. My fiance's parents live in Sydney, which is in New South Wales. We obviously can't see them. And then his sister also lives a fair little bit away from us, at the bottom of the mountain. So we also couldn't see her. So it's been nice the last 2 weeks that the 5 kilometers expanded to 25K. We eventually, I could see my parents. You can have 2 people to a household per day, so we've been able to have dinner at my parents', which has been lovely because then I didn't need to cook. We've caught up with his sister. She's come around. We've gone out for a nice lunch in the park. They took us out for dinner. Restaurants are open now with obviously limitations. They took us out for dinner on our original wedding date, which was on the weekend that just passed. So yeah, it's been really nice. It's definitely been a nice shift in the mood. We've also had really nice weather until kind of yesterday and today. So that was really nice. I've recovered a bit from my last video. I think I was a bit all over the shop. It was a pretty tough week and weeks. I didn't think that the wedding and the fact that we couldn't get married was affecting me as much, but turns out I think subconsciously it was. So yeah, that was a bit hard this weekend, and everyone kept checking on me, which is really lovely of them, but it kind of just made it a little bit harder to just deal with. But yeah, now onwards and upwards, we've got the new date next year. I can finally start planning things again. I'm kind of frozen on it all when everything started happening. So if the wedding was going ahead, my dress doesn't fit, it's too big, and he doesn't have a suit. So it would have been a really interesting wedding. He probably would have rocked up in his work gear or who knows what, our PJs maybe. But we are still, like I said, we still have this little bit of the Renault to do. And by we, I mean him, not me. I sit on the couch and I hang with Nala and I stitch. So we've got a couple more weeks of that to go before our borders open up interstate. So his parents are finally able to come and visit. We can finally see them. We haven't seen them since January. So I know for him that'll be a really nice thing. They will stay with us. So I will probably lose a little bit of stitchy time. So I do want to try and get as much of what I can do and what's going on done. But yeah, also yay to fellow Victorians. 7 days in a row of no cases, no deaths. Good job. I know it's been a tough slog and we've kind of really seen the depths of it, but yeah. Also just wanted to send all my love, I guess, send all my love to everyone that's in Europe and the UK in particular that's going back into lockdown. I think other countries like Germany, possibly France, Italy, are starting to see lockdown and restrictions and everything, and things are going kind of maybe backwards. Having gone through it for the last 8 months with some pretty hectic lockdown restrictions, I can only understand and imagine where you're coming from and where you guys are at. So yeah, just extending a big hug to you all. If you need to vent about it, chat about it, having gone through it, I'm always open to chat about it if you need. So, don't hesitate to reach out to me, slide into my DMs, leave me a comment, whatever it is. If I can just be someone that you can vent to that has gone through it and understands the frustrations. More than happy to lend an ear, an eye, or a text, or whatever it may be. And to everyone in the US, I know it's a pretty hectic time for everything that's going on there. At the point of filming this, there's no decision. I know that we're all kind of feeling just as much of the anxiety as you guys are, and maybe it's coming from the anxiety that you guys are feeling, but yeah, I'm just praying for you guys as well. Anyway, so I haven't done overly much stitching on anything that I haven't already been working on, any of my whips. I haven't received my stitch email. I am so impatient. I'm so impatient that I'm really struggling. I find that I'm constantly daily checking is it USPS? Is that the United States Postal Service? I'm constantly checking to see if my packages have left the US. I'm checking the ones that I've ordered here. I'm really, 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 really impatient. I did receive something just after filming my last video, and I was like, oh, maybe I'll film a little something, but I was not in the right headspace. So previously I've always used these hoops, if I've ever used a hoop, and they made me hate them. I absolutely hated hoops. I get that these are great to have around to finish things off with and maybe use on walls. I don't like to do that. I don't think that they look as nice, which is why on my little TerraStitch minis, I'm skeptical about finishing them in frames. I'd rather finish them in a neat, like, square canvas kind of looking thing. But I've just always really struggled with tension, and I find when I stitch these, I end up actually holding the material and like putting enough pressure on it with my hand to get the right tension that I like, and then it gets messy, it gets dirty. I've never liked them. Then I came across, I spoke about her in my last video, I think I mentioned her, Shiloh at X-Stitch MD. She has been using, if you're not watching her, by the way, you should. She does incredible work, knitting and stitching. She uses rubber hoops, which I didn't know was a thing until I'd kind of seen her stitching. So I ordered a 3-pack off, I think it was eBay, because they were a 3-pack for $13, including postage. I don't remember where they came from, but I couldn't find them on any of the sites that I've bought from in the past, or our Spotlight or anything like that. So I got a 3-pack. So this is the small one, and like I'm not going to ever use it to hang things up on, but I will keep this on as a way of me knowing what's the top. That's kind of how I also always used this. So this is the small one. I don't remember the size. And then I got 2 others, so I'll show you because they're on pieces. But I got this one, and then I got a bigger one. But I'll show you them when I show the stitching. They are revolutionary. Please don't tell me, if you use them, please don't tell me I'm the only one that struggles with actually assembling it with the material. This is really hard to click in. I find that I actually have to put it down, put it on a table, like hold half of it, get Tim, my fiance, to like help. I can't do it. I just don't seem to think that it's a one-man show. So these are on, and they are staying on because I cannot bring myself to have to move it. But yeah, if I'm the only one, maybe I'm doing something wrong, but surely I'm not. Hopefully I'm not. Okay, so revolutionary, really recommend them. I actually think I prefer using these now over the Q-snap. I like the Q-snap because of the space, the overall space I can get in my Q-snap to stitch. And I will still use them. I've got 2, but I think I'll revert to using more of these hoops. So just quickly, I haven't done anything on TerraStitch on this one this week. So this is the same as what you saw last week. This is TerraStitch on Etsy. Number 114, I think, is this one. There is a backstitched arch. On that, there's another 4 colors to go, and it makes like a circle with this little wave in the middle and gap in the middle. Stitching 6 of these. I've already finished 1 of them. I've got this one and then 4 more to start. They're all being stitched on 18 count White Aida. I haven't done anything with these edges. I finished one of them in one of my earlier videos that has sun and moon, I think it is. on a scrap piece of Aida that I had in my stash that's also 18 count. Then I've gone and used and cut and prepared all the other material for the other ones of these, and that one really stands out. It's a really different material. I think I'm just gonna leave it. I don't think I can be bothered fixing it or restitching it. Maybe it just doesn't end up going in the same spot, I don't know. Okay, so I, in my last video, said that I could have finished this and I didn't end up doing it, and I do regret not finishing it any sooner. In Melbourne, I think it's only been Melbourne or in Victoria, we've had 2 public holidays in the last 2 weeks. The day after I filmed my last video was a public holiday for our AFL football grand final, which wasn't even being played in Victoria because of coronavirus. And then on Tuesday this week, we had Melbourne Cup Day, which is a public holiday for a horse race that goes on all day. I've never been to the races. I'm not into it, but love the public holiday. So I wanted to get a lot more progress done on my B, so I actually ended up using all that time on my B rather than stitching as much as I could have on this to get this finished. So I don't have regrets in stitching on the B. I have regrets on not finishing this. But anyway, this is Hello Pumpkin by Caterpillar Cross Stitch. Once again, being stitched on 18 count White Aida. It was originally a stitch along that Sally released last year. I only came across it in August. So I was able to buy the whole chart. You can buy PDFs or the kits on Sally's website at Caterpillar Cross Stitch. I have only got this little section here to go. I've got to finish that, and I think there's one more motif. Sorry, my phone storage is full and the video stopped, so I'm not sure where it actually cut off. But Hello Pumpkin, I just have to do the beak, which is 1 stitch, 1 motif, and then just finish this little section off. I think there's 4 colors to go. So yeah, I am so close. I will finish this tonight. I don't want this to drag on any longer. I do want to finish it. It'll be my focus piece. I'll get it done. I am binging, we're a bit delayed here, but we have 90 Day Fiance and 90 Day Fiance before the 90 days. So I think we're on the most recent seasons of both, but they both started a little while ago. So I am binge watching that. 90 Day Fiance is being played every day, and Before the 90 Days is every Sunday night. So they are my stitchy binges. So I'll get this done while finishing or watching the next episode. Sally has also announced, so obviously I'm working on Hello Dear, which is the winter tree. That's the autumn tree, Hello Pumpkin. Sally has also announced the 2 other trees that are coming out, which she had said was happening. The summer tree is Hello Sunshine, and the spring tree is Hello Petal, which I'm really excited about. I think they're going to be, I love autumn. That's my favorite season of the year. April for us is probably my favorite month. That's when we're at peak. It's probably the equivalent of your October. So I really love that, but I am really excited. As you can see, I have a bit of a green thumb. I love plants. My garden in this house is a mess. I cannot wait to actually get into that. That is not next on the agenda, but that we'll get there. So instead I've got all the house plants to make up for it. There's a couple of plants outside that I really am proud of. So I'm really looking forward to Hello Petal and then Sunshine, who doesn't love summer. Transitioning from that onto, take the needle minder, I might just move it. Hello Dear. So this is the bigger hoop as well that I got when I got the other 3. My favorite sound with it. So I'm really enjoying stitching this on this hoop, and I will probably save this for the rest of them. I'm probably between this and the Q-snap will be my 2 most common things that I use. So this is, I'm missing 1 motif, but this is part 3. So this was part 1, this section here. This is part 2. It's all going on, sorry. This is part 2, and I changed I think it's a poinsettia to a snowman. I still am not 100% convinced that I like it, but I like it, but I don't think I necessarily think it fits. So maybe I might restitch it in different colors or something. And then this is part 3. Mrs. Rabbit, she's so cute. There is another poinsettia here that I obviously haven't stitched at the moment because I'm trying to make this as wintry and not Christmassy, because obviously in Australia, our Christmas is summer. I have an idea of trying to make a little, maybe like a scarf, like a wraparound scarf, shawl, that sort of thing. I just haven't found one that I like enough to be able to then draw it. So when I drew the snowman, or stitched it, I used the chart. So I stitched on an iPad. I have a pencil, and I just kind of drew using the blank space on the chart just to try and get it to fit. So I'll play around with this section here and do that as well. Yeah, and then these are supposed to be mistletoe, I'm assuming, and they've got berries, but I stitched them in just 2 different shades of blue instead of in the reds, just to make it look more like, I guess, snowballs. That's kind of what I had going. I was originally thinking maybe I'll try and stitch one of these, but I just think that Sally had already charted them in the circle, so it would mean that I didn't have to try and make it work, and I'd already stitched them. Also, the glare, because there's no light, there's no window where I am. I have to get it from here, so in order for me to have any light. So I have a light on. I don't know if you can see it, that koala. I think you can see it. Hey, you grumpy. Okay, so B. I stitched my little heart out. The weekend after I filmed my more recent video, I did not move the couch from the couch. I sit here in this seat here when I stitch, so I can at least make use of what light I can. I did not move. I'm pretty sure that there is a groove in the ground from me. In the couch from me. But I think I forgot to mention this last video. GeckoRouge was doing a like stitch count kind of thread on the Facebook page. One of the members organizes it. I commented on it on the 1st, or leading up to the 1st of October, with the spot that I'm at with my piece, and then you look at it again at the end of the month, and just kind of compare your progress. I think the aim is to get 1,500 stitches. I did more than that last weekend, or that weekend alone. In one day, I think I did almost 1,400 stitches on Sunday. I just kind of wouldn't move, and then 90 Day Fiance came on, so I just ended up staying up past my bedtime to watch it. When I first started this at the start of October, I was at 80% completion. And taking it off the Q-snap today, I was looking at it on Pattern Keeper, and I am just over 93%. Obviously today is the 6th of November, and I think from the 31st of October, I had done at least 91%, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, I got a good 11% in. Something like 7,000 stitches. So I made good progress, and I'm hoping that by the time my in-laws come and see me, I have this finished, because, by the way, I've been trying to stitch this. I've been doing this since June. Scatterbrain. I've been doing this since June. So I would bring it on the drives, because we drove up to Sydney. That's a 9.5, 10-hour drive with a couple of stops because of Nala. So I would bring this up, and I'd always try and stitch a lot of it in that drive, which was a pain when I was using paper. When I started using Pattern Keeper, it was so much easier. The last time she saw it, though, she only saw one section, and to think the next time she'll see it, it'll have been finished would be really cool. So yeah, I found the packaging that the kit all came in. So this is the cover for it. So these are, that one there I don't believe is stitched, but a couple of these little specks and flecks are stitched. Like this one here is stitched, one down here. So it's a bit, yeah, there are a few all over the place that are there. But this is what the overall picture looks like. So I am working on this whole section here and I've completed the rest of it. I'm on my lunch break and my phone keeps ringing. Of course, it hasn't rung all morning, and Murphy's Law, now that I'm starting to do this and using my phone, it keeps ringing even though it's on Do Not Disturb. So anyway, I'm just gonna cut straight to it. I have less than 7% to go. Here is B. I'm so excited about this. I'm really gonna miss stitching this. I really am. So I'm working in this little pocket here. This is the edge of this little section here, and then there are a couple of little flecks of color. But yeah, so I finished the wing. Sorry, I finished, where are we? The wing. Kelly from Animal Instinct on Flosstube, she's from South Australia. Thanks for the shout out, by the way. She stitched this. She's stitched it, she's finished it. She did it on, I think, 25 or 28 count magic, even weave, whatever it is. And I posted that I'd finished the wing, and she was like, you actually don't understand how many colors are in that until you stitch it. And she's right. I've finished a fair few colors out of the 89. And that was, I think I'd finished 30, and every color that I was working on had at least one color in this top section of the wing alone. Like, I don't know just how well you can see it. Sorry if my stitches look messy. I haven't gone back and fixed it and cleaned it either. But there is so much confetti in this. Same thing with this flower. There's so many different colors. The outside of the flower is done. Now I just need to do that middle, and then it's just a whole bunch of gradients and hues of the oranges and yellows and pinks and reds and everything. So yeah, I can't believe how big it is. My plan was probably just to frame it and put it like at our entry or something, because I can see our entry table from my room. So that way I'd be able to see it all the time. But now that we've finished everything, we bought a new TV unit, all of this is kind of almost done. I'm actually thinking of putting it here, which originally was where I was thinking of putting those plants, the succulents that I'd been stitching. I started one and I've been stitching that on Black Aida, and I think with now how everything's kind of evolved in the house, I actually don't think I'm gonna like the black. I think it's gonna be too harsh to have on my walls. So I'm contemplating restitching it on white of some kind, but yeah, I've kind of just come to a pause with that. I think this, like here, maybe, we'll see. We'll see. I won't have this done by the next video, but hopefully by the video after, I should have this finished. The week after that is when my in-laws come, so hopefully I can have it almost done by then. That's kind of the goal I'm giving myself, because that week will be manic. I'll be working from home, they'll be here, his sister will be coming to visit, so I won't have as much stitchy time. So yeah, anyway, sorry this video isn't the longest. I've been cut off a lot, and I've just randomly had an appointment come up while I've been filming, so I have to run. But thanks for joining me. Hopefully next video all my haul, or some of my haul, will be here, and I can finally start some of the new projects. I've got the Me and Mermaid Mirabilia, that's the free chart off the Mirabilia website. I've ordered the material and bead pack, and I've purchased the floss for the Autumn Laine Stitchery Dark Queen of the Sea sale, hashtag it's not a mermaid sale. Part 3 just came out on the weekend. You get to pick your own kind of path out of 2 options. I think for me personally, I would be stitching the first one, which is the safe for work version compared to the not safe for work version, just because I really like the way that the dress sits, but everyone's stitching on that so far is beautiful. So I can't wait to start that one. And then I've also purchased Buttercup, which is the Pixie Blossom series by Nora Corbett as well. And I've purchased all the materials and the chart from that one that is currently in transit from America. So fingers crossed that arrives very soon and I can finally start on those. I think I'll start on the Me and Mermaid while I'm still stitching this, and then I'll get into the others, but we'll see depending on how things arrive. Anyway, that's it from me for now. And Grumpy Nala, who's sitting at the window, seeing everyone walk past. Thanks for stopping by. Feel free to like and subscribe. Check me out on Instagram. Send me a message, comment, whatever it is. I love to interact with you all. Stay safe, stay sane. I'm here if you need to chat, no matter what it is. If you want a dog pic because she's so cute to brighten your day, if you just want to vent about what's going on in your life or in your current situation, I'm here. I found that this community is an incredible, supportive and friendly and welcoming community. So, you know, if you don't find that with me, there's many people out there that are the same. So please don't feel like you're alone. We are all here for everyone. Otherwise, I will see you in 2 weeks. I'll post some updates on my Instagram, and yeah, stay safe, stay sane. Bye.